What's up guys, it's Elizabeth and this week I have a fun video. I just watched Ricky Dillon's video about exposing rude celebrities and YouTubers and Matthew Lush's video about exposing rude YouTubers. I thought I would do the same because I am definitely on the fan side of all of the people that I have met, and I have met many YouTubers. I have my list of the rudest and some of the nicest YouTubers that I have ever met, and I'm going to be telling you who they are and what happened and everything that I have experienced. I just want to start off and say that I know that people can have bad days, but I don't think that's an excuse to treat anybody with disrespect or with bad character. I still really like some of these people's content, and sometimes when I've met people, I've met them different times and they've behaved differently every time I've seen them. Okay, I'm just gonna get into it. The first one is JC Kalen. Okay, I have met him probably like 5 or 6 times, and each time I have tried my best to not be insanely annoying, except for like the first time because I was literally like a 14-year-old girl and everybody was chasing him. There have been multiple situations at like where he has been mobbed by girls, and I know that he cannot control the actions of teenage girls, but he can control what he does to put himself in those situations. I get it, like the first time it happens, like you learn from your mistakes, but if you like keep putting yourself in that position and then keep getting mad that it's happening, like, so one time when I was trying to get a picture with him, I was like, hey JC, can I please get a picture with you? And he was like, and I was like, okay, yeah, just whatever, there's a lot going on right now. But then another time we were at Universal and there was like nobody around, so I knew it wouldn't cause like a mob or anything, and I was like, hey JC, I really love your videos, can I please get a picture with you? And he didn't say anything, he just held his little coffee, and he was obviously extremely tired because it was after playlist had already been over. He looked at my friend's phone, I'm like, and he's like literally, like this is his face, he goes, this was like 2 years ago. He might have changed since then, but that was the last time that I met him. But on like the O12 Digitour and stuff, I guess when he was like not as tired, he was so nice. So I don't know, that's one of those people who like I can definitely see them behaving differently on different days. Let's go to some of the nicest. Dan and Phil I have met twice, and both have been in extremely inconvenient situations for them. They stopped and they took a picture with me in both times, and I was like so surprised that they were that nice. And it wasn't like, hey, let's get a picture. It was like, hey, I love your videos, and they were like, oh, thanks so much. Like they would like respond to what I would say instead of, oh, that's cool, you know. Okay, back to some rude people. This is touchy because I know a lot of people like these two boys, Jack and Jack. I met them like 2.5 years ago, and I was like, hey guys, how are you? And they were like, hey, and we took a picture and we moved on, and I was like, cool, really glad I spent my money on this. Like, if you're going on tour to meet people, like be happy about it. Back to another one of the nicest people, Ricky Dillon. I have met him literally probably more than 10 times. Half the times he's been like super outgoing and so ridiculously nice. When he comes back to visit Birmingham where I live, I always like see him around because like he grew up like 10 minutes away from where I live. I have seen him and his friend Shelby out just like walking around. I know I totally catch them off guard, so like they're not gonna be like expecting to meet people and have that like face on. They've been so nice, like both of them, Ricky Dillon and Shelby Waddell. So yeah. This is also touchy because I used to be a huge fan of this dude, Alex Ernst, who was in our pizza gang. He made a video, I think a while ago, saying that he just like didn't like doing meet and greets, and that's like totally cool. I met him at Playlist 2015, and I walked up to him and I was like, Alex, oh my gosh, I love your videos. I've been watching them for such a long time. Like I used to watch you when you were in our pizza gang. And he was like, okay, and I was like, can I get a picture with you? And he was like, okay. We took the picture and I was like, thanks so much. Like he was like, yeah, it wasn't blatantly rude. You could tell he did not want to be there, and I was like, okay, now to some of the nicest. All of the boys in the Settle Down kids, when I met them, it was the last day of playlist, and they were so nice. And they were all so tired, but like they were so nice. This is the one that gets me going the most. I don't know if you remember Jack Dale. He has, in the past like year or so, taken a break from social media. That's really cool because you wanted to like do your junior and senior year of high school without like being a big social media star. Like, that's really cool that he chose to do that. And I think if I had not met him in the circumstances that I did, he probably would have been a lot nicer, but this one, he was like pretty rude. I met him the first day of playlist, just walking around the hotel, and I said, hey Jack, can I please get a picture with you? And then like all these girls behind me started running up, and he was like, oh, I gotta go. And I was like, I'm standing right here, I have my camera like right here, like can you not just like put your face right here? And so I had this picture of me like, and he's like turning and walking away, and I'm like, and then I saw him again at Universal 2 days later. There was nobody around, and so I knew I wasn't gonna like attract people, and I was like, hey Jack, I really love your vines and stuff, they're so funny, can I please get a picture with you? And he looks at my camera, he goes, and walks away. Doesn't say a word, doesn't do anything. And I'm like, okay, I know you're like a stupid like 16-year-old boy, but like that was so rude. You could have been like, no, I don't really want to take a picture right now, and I would have totally understood that. But like, he looked at it and he walked away. Lauren Elizabeth, I don't know why, I just thought she would be like super outgoing, but like only like towards the other people who were in the meet and greet with her, not really like pay much attention to me when I met her. But she was so ridiculously nice, and she was like outgoing, but it was like engaging with me, and it was like so fun. We took our picture and she's like, and I'm like, and I look like a toe, but like I had a good time meeting her. Now, Alex from Target, we know he had his like 2 days of fame, and then he went on Digitour and got verified on Twitter, and now like I don't know where he is in life. Literally the worst Digitour show I've ever been to. I met him there at the meet and greet. Don't ever buy Digitour tickets before they announce the lineup. Just like don't go to Digitour, it's not fun anymore. So yeah, I made the mistake of buying a ticket before they announced the lineup, because their last 2 lineups have been O2L and Jack and everybody with them. And so I was like, okay, they like have to be getting somebody good, and like they had Alex from Target on that tour. I just like, I know that he like was only there for the money, like 100%. Like I'm sure he's a nice dude, but like he had no reason to be there. And I took a picture with him, no personality, he's not even that cute. It was just that one picture. One of the nicest people has been Kevin Jeroniak. I love that boy. I met him at VidCon, and I thought he would be like maybe a little bit rude because he had like gotten a lot more successful since the last time I saw him, but he was like so nice. Like so nice. Another one of the nicest people, Alex James. I have no proof of ever meeting him because like I've lost like half of these pictures. I saw him at VidCon, and that's like the 3rd time I've ever like seen him in real life. He was walking around with like a ton of his friends, and I didn't want to like cause a scene. He walked by and I was like, hey Alex, how are you? Because we were just like passing, and he was like, oh, I'm good, how are you? Nice to see you. And I was like, oh, and I couldn't tell if he like thought I was like a friend or something that like he hadn't seen in a while, and he just like was being nice. But like even if I was, like that was so nice of him to do. He could have just been like, hey, but he was like, hey, what's up, how are you? And I was like, the girl I was walking with was like, do you know him? And I was like, no. Dom DeAngelis. When I was like a freshman, I found him on Omegle and Chat Roulette like 3 or 4 times. It was funny, and I never made it into any of his videos, but like it was funny. But that was before he was friends with Keen and JC and everybody. Playlist, the first time I met him, I was like, oh my gosh, I used to like find you on Omegle and stuff like, and he was like, oh, that's cool. And then I saw him again like a few days later. This was weird. He was like in one of the ballrooms where like a ton of meet and greets and shows, and I saw him walking around, and he was like, he had to be like on something. Like when you're high, you can control yourself. Like I've never been high, but like I've been around people who are, and like I don't know what he was on, but something was up with him, and he was walking around and he was like I'm not even kidding, he was just like walking, like no purpose or anything. And I go, hey Tom, can I please get a picture with you? And he's like, yeah. Okay, this wasn't like rude, this was just weird this one time. So he's just like in the back of my picture, and I was like, and then I saw him again at VidCon, and let me tell you, he is so little. If he was like 20% bigger, he would be really attractive. He's just so little. One of the nicest people has been Grace Helbig. She like, I don't know why, because she's like so like successful. I don't know why, but I thought she would be like a little bit rude, but she was like ridiculously nice. I met her the first day of VidCon. She was so nice and like engaging, and she like cared about what I had to say. It was so fun. Okay, my camera died, so I'm continuing on my phone. Okay, the last people I want to talk about are the Dillon twins. I do not understand why people are obsessed with them. Like, I've never seen any kind of talent or anything out of them. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. What do they do? Please inform me. I also saw them at Playlist at Universal. I recognized them, and everybody else was like, there was a line, it was calm, so I like got in the line to take my picture with them, and I was like, hey guys, how are you? Like I can't tell them apart, but like I was being nice about it, and like, why not take a picture with them if they're just hanging out right there? And they were like, hey, and I got my picture. They didn't say a word to me. I don't understand why so many of these people are so successful, but they don't have any personality. Like, they might be good looking, but like, it's just irritating. That's it for this week's video. If you thought this was a fun kind of video and you enjoyed it, make sure to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you next week. Bye. I've got